Tell me what you think about that for artists, because I'm sure you're just like me and you get all these Instagram gurus who are like, make an educational post. And I'm like, that is so easy to do when you're, teaching someone how to make your Instagram good. What's the value proposition and how do you make it value proposition versus me marketing?
So you've got 14K on Instagram and 16K on TikTok. How do you feel like, what have you done to get there? Like how are you there? I mean, those are considerable numbers for an independent artist.
Thanks.
It's hard to get that. It's hard to get to that. It really is.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like with TikTok and Instagram, I built myself maybe to the 10, 12K just by being consistent over years and years and years, slowly building that. But then in 2023, when I was on The Voice and that aired, that skyrocketed my followers. Literally that was the best thing that could happen, specifically for Instagram, not as much TikTok. So that just helped a ton because all of my coach was Niall and all of his followers hopped in on my socials, which was great. But then the past year I have been sitting at that same number the whole year despite posting every day. So it's interesting. So
maybe that's what we can talk about today.
Let's track the case.
Looking through your content, there's a lot of content that I can tell takes a long time to edit and is high effort, very, very, very. You know how to create content. Mm-hmm. What have you run into consistency issues just because? How hard some of those high performing videos are to edit? For sure.
Yeah. I always love a really funny, intricately edited vlog style video. And that tends to be the media I engage with and find easy to come up with how to edit, but it takes a full day to edit one of those videos.
Yeah.
And for them they don't always perform super well.
Right.
So I find them a little disheartening, but they're the easiest for me to think of versus me singing to camera video.
Yeah, that's, you're not alone in that. That's one of the biggest challenges I feel for independent artists. You guys wear so many hats. Your content strategy really needs to fit into the time that you have to give it. Mm-hmm. And there are definitely content creators on these vertical video platforms that have the time to give to creating just one insane video every day, but artists normally don't. So I run into that a lot of times when I'm building content strategy, or at least I have over the last 5 years. If I want my clients to be consistent, it needs to be an attainable format for the time that they have, basically.
Yes.
One thing, I wonder what you think about this. I end up saying this a lot in calls that I have, but I feel some of the most viral videos on the internet look like they were filmed with a potato. They're not I don't know. They're not high quality or high effort videos. Mm-hmm. And I feel a lot of times, and that's not every video on the internet, obviously, but a lot of times I feel what translates in those videos is, and what really resonates with people is the idea that they are communicating. Is the idea, is it compelling enough to engage with, interact with, share with their friends? That's normally the pocket that I try to live in with artists. Because for one, you guys really have you're thinking about song ideas, just call it that. You're thinking about what you want to say in a song all day. So it's really just translating whatever that idea is into a short form style video.
Yeah.
What kind of success do you feel you've had translating song ideas and what you're communicating in a song to, because it's not always one-to-one, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what has that been like for you?
This is the biggest crux I face with this, is just it is so all over the place. What I like about my music and what I think sometimes does well is I write a lot of quirky songs kind of about like more niche subjects. So I feel like if I can totally hit the nail on the head with like, story time, did you also have a boyfriend on Club Penguin? This is a song about that. Like something so niche and funny. Like I can usually get people to resonate with my like little stories. I've noticed a trend with myself. If I post a singing video and it just starts with singing, it 9 times out of 10, unless I do something insane at the beginning, doesn't do well. If I start it with a story time, it's way more likely to do well. So if I'm like, life, and then I start singing, does way better.
Yeah.
And then I just notice, like you're saying, the stuff that's filmed on a potato, for me, it's it either does insanely well or insanely poor. Like there's such a giant chasm. Like I posted this one video of me messing up barely. Like I missed the timing on like hitting the Taco Bell bell during a song that I was covering. I was doing Teenage Dirtbag and I wanted the dong to happen and I did it a little late. Funny live moment, posted it, 15-second clip, got 127K like instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. And then I post a clip from that same concert, same like length, different little thing, and it doesn't even do remotely the same amount of numbers. So finding what about each thing resonates, that's what's Yep.
Well, let's dive into that in a second. I kind of wanted to just hear a little bit about where you see yourself in the next year. I know this is a typical question, but just like those goal setting benchmarks of a year, 3 years, and 5 years, like what are you kind of working on in the near term, and where do you see yourself as a career 5 to 10 years from now?
Yeah. So in the short term right now, I'm currently stockpiling songs and want to hit like a pretty heavy release cadence next year so that I just have more like out there for people to find. And just keep tossing my name in the ring, in the hat a million times. And my favorite part of being an artist, besides like crafting the song and building that world, is the live performance aspect. So I want to be headlining, selling out venues like within the next couple years. Like this past year I've toured a little bit and getting close to where I can sell out 50 to 100 cap in certain cities, and then other cities are like, you know, completely underdeveloped markets. So like I want to get to where I can be that opener on someone's tour and be headlining rooms that I can like get my core group of people to sell out and just keep building and building and building.
Yeah. And that's what you would be happy with is I'm just seeing even your content and stuff that you've talked about, building shows for other people. That's just an aspect of the music industry that you really love. It's like that's the service part of it. Like I'm creating an event, and yes, it is my music, but that music serves to connect people and like I want it to feel like we're having a game night and I found my nerdy friends and they're at this show. I mean, I do think that's that's a good thing to, I think everyone has like dreams or goals of connecting with fans in person, but if that's like your dream is to really be touring and playing live, I feel like that there are a lot of things that you can do to like really set that up well. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's like a population of artists these days that like I just saw Mokita. Have you heard of that artist? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, he just streams really well, and he just hasn't played in several years. He's kept releasing music, but he's literally here in town. He's gonna play at the Analog. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't played in several years. So, I don't know, like gearing a content strategy towards playing live. I feel like that's good to know, like think about as we approach this? You talked about, you kind of referenced feeling a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
With content. What is it? Can you tell me more about that? Like, what is that? What is that? What do you feel like that is?
Yeah. Okay, so welcome to my world for the past 6 months. My content strategy has been specifically for Instagram, because the other two, TikTok and YouTube Shorts, they just get everything thrown at them.
Yeah.
For Instagram specifically, I have a cadence of posting 5 times a week with a different content bucket every day. And I've been doing that for the past like 3-4 months, I think, with the intention of learning, okay, one, if I post the same category of content at the same like kind of time and day, does that train the algorithm to know that that's what I'm doing? And then also to get data on, okay, I'm doing 5 different types of content. What does the best? And I feel like what I've noticed through doing that is not a lot of substantial, like,
yeah,
I don't see much of a trend with any of it, except for like I said, singing to camera videos don't work super well for me. Live show videos usually work pretty well for me, but understanding how to caption them and position them I don't have a secret formula of how that works. And then lifestyle content is also very like hit or miss.
Yeah.
And figuring out what the best way to promote my music through that, like, because I am someone who likes to share my personality online, but I am envious of artists who can just consistently post their music, and their music is what people resonate with.
Right.
So navigating that. I've also been using a tool currently to repost everything that I post on Instagram to my YouTube Shorts automatically.
What tool is that? I'd be interested to hear that.
It is called repurpose.io.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this. Yeah.
And I have been loving it so far. I've only used it for I think a month and a half, maybe 2 months. But what I like is I was like, I need to be posting on all these things, but I do not have the bandwidth to alter every caption. It's not worth my time. I'm already spending like 3 to 4 hours of my day, I feel like, on socials. So I set that up to just automatically post 3 times a day for me, anything I've posted on Instagram as a reel. And that just automatically is giving me the data of like, oh, okay, this video that did bad on Instagram did amazing on Shorts.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. But that's been nice because it's been automatic and I'm less precious about it. I don't know why Instagram feels like the shiny portfolio, and then TikTok and Shorts feel like you can just throw up and put whatever there. Yeah. I don't know if that's helpful.
While we're on that topic, I mean, it's interesting to hear that you've like taken some steps to automate, or you've invested in tools to like, I mean, even if it's just, I don't know if it's free or not, but just taking the time to figure out like a tool that like helps you save time. Is there anything else like that you've done?
Yeah, for years I used Loomly. I found I wasn't using it very much. That's like a cross-posting auto poster kind of platform. So I switched to Metricool because it's free. Just simply because I wasn't using it enough. And Metricool has been nice where like I know I consistently wanted to have like those live videos come out on like once a week. And so I put all of those in there for like 2 months and just let it run free. And that was so nice because I didn't have to think about like that bucket. Then I was just focused on the other days of the week. So that's been helpful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you use? I know Metricool, my understanding, I haven't used it before, but there's quite a variety of things you can do with it, right? You can do analytics tracking.
Yep.
I think you can like schedule posts through it.
Yep.
What did you use it for?
I pretty much, I mean, I look at the analytics on there, but it's not like, wow, this is so much better than looking at it inside each individual app. But I use it to cross post. So like, okay, live performance video, I want it to go to TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram on the same day or different days. Like it's my way to set it and forget it.
Yeah. You as you mentioned things, we'll just like double click on them. You mentioned posting live videos once a week. Mm-hmm. So are these like live show, and what's the reason behind that?
So I was kind of inspired by my friend Tabitha Meeks, great artist. Check her out. She's
She's
one
awesome.
of my friends that I'm like the biggest just fan of. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But she, for like the past 8 months, and I think she has someone running it for her at this point, has just strictly been posting live performance videos with different captions and has found like a lot of success with it. So after talking to her about that, I was like, well, I have millions upon millions of videos of me performing live, 1. 2, that is the thing that I want to do and I want to get hired for, so it makes sense to put that out there the most. And just that she was also experiencing the same frustrations, and by having this kind of automated formula of like if you look at her page, it's similar to people who just post them singing with a guitar to camera. Hers, you will see the same 5 or 6 live performance videos, different songs from them. And I don't know, I was just like, well, if it's working for you, I should try it, because it takes less brain power. So that's like the first thing I've tried where I'm like, oh, I don't really have to think about it beyond how long is the clip, what part of the song is the clip, and how am I captioning it, rather than what song do I cover today, or what outfit, not a full brainstorm.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to show you something later about that. We should look at Tabitha too. I feel like I've seen a couple of her things, but I haven't really dove into that. Another thing you've talked a couple times about is these buckets. How are you using? I mean, that's kind of like, I get that. Like, is a bucket to you? Is that like a group of similar content format styles?
Yes. So like.
Okay.
The buckets for me right now could be defined as Monday is a snippet of an original song, either me lip syncing to camera or sharing like a new song snippet acoustic, like no matter what, original song, reel. Tuesdays, live performance clip from a concert I've done, any kind of caption, it's a reel. Wednesday, it's a carousel post, typically fashion oriented, show posters, or like, oh my God, my life this week. And then Thursdays, something that's guitar centric. That one I've kind of fallen off on, but it's because I want to be hired as a guitarist for other artists, so like a guitar cover, etc. And then Fridays, vlogs, lifestyle, goofy, and that's what I've been trying to experiment with.
There's a lot there.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What was Monday again? What was the difference between Monday and Tuesday?
Original music is on Monday.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oftentimes singing to the recording too, so that it's like, okay, I'm promoting the recording of the song.
I may just throw this out there.
Yeah.
I've done this recently, so I kind of took a step back at the beginning of this year and was like, I'm wearing a lot of hats too, and I feel like a lot of us are, Like I book and manage this pop showcase that you've played. I have like this brand called No Name, which I kind of see as the future of the future I see as a label service company. So more of like a umbrella company to different services that we offer. The first one that we offer is content. And I've started a new page for that called Outlet Content. So there's just kind of a separation between the umbrella company and like this specific service. And then I also have this podcast that we're doing right now. I've like set up different accounts for all of those. And I mean, that's a lot to like keep up with, but I feel like, I wonder if there's a way to like to separate the
things.
Yeah, like the live maybe. Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
funny you mention this because I have decided to do that on TikTok. I haven't on Instagram, but on TikTok I have my like Kate Cosentino like one, and I'm trying to only post me singing or lip syncing original music. Like everything is just original songs or covers, like it's just music, that's it. And then I made like a spam page called Mostly Eyebrows, and that's where I yap and I say stupid stuff and I do personality content, and then I just repost it from my other account.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. So you have thought about that.
I have. I don't know why Instagram feels different with that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm opposed to it.
Well, when you were like the guitar, like I do a Thursday guitar centric post. I personally get so much guitar content.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look that hard to, I mean, all of this stuff takes time, but it feels like something you could definitely batch.
Yes,
and even just like you could cross post it from your main page just so people are like, and you could put some, I mean, what I'm looking at Instagram as kind of moving forward is like, Instagram is like, I don't know where websites are. They still exist, but like Instagram's a version of that for sure. So, you know, if someone wants to go and look at like my content service, they can go to Outlet, and there's specific links there, and like there's a specific bio that's aimed at different conversion goals.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about with the guitar.
Yeah.
I feel like you could you could flesh that out a little bit too, just like, because I know that you do a lot of you've started helping artists build live shows, right?
Yeah. Which is like, I will say, to that argument, that almost makes me think maybe I should just niche down my page to only being original music promo, because even though like it'd be great if the internet could get me jobs as a guitarist, I find those way easier to get than like fans of my music. Like I feel like if I had to focus on one thing, it would just be get people to stream my music and buy tickets to my concerts. That's like that's what I want to do.
Well, that's one of the reasons I did it, because I was starting to get confused about my own page. I was like, if I feel confused about my page, I can't imagine what the algorithm thinks. Yeah. You know? So I don't know. That's just it's cool to hear though. Cool to hear about the buckets. I feel like one thing. So I'm just going to review quickly the 3 core principles of the content service. I mean, these are over the last 5 years. I really wanted to develop this year something that was just simplified, not like basic. Still, there's a lot of depth to it, I feel like, but it's like, I feel like a lot of times in the content space, in the content guru space, they're throwing a lot of things at you. Not only are you getting like this guy's best tips or whatever, you're getting this guy's, and it's a lot of times clashing, so it feels confusing. So I've tried to boil down just what I feel like has worked in building content strategy to 3 things. And I'll start with what I feel like you're really good at, that I oftentimes have to like, I'm trying to like convince artists of and artist teams of, which is content strategy should be balanced. I divide that up into 3 things: music content, brand content, brand defining content, and audience connection content. Music content is just competitive ways to get the music out there. Brand defining content is like, that's my lowest percentage of content, but I think it's important to really clearly say, this is who I am and this is who I'm not. It's almost just as important to say that to like the audience that you're trying to find as it is to, I think, signal to the platforms through SEO, like, all right, this is what this account's about. Right. And then audience connection content is, I think, stuff that isn't necessarily music content or music related, or related to your product, maybe, which is like what you're selling, which is like your guitar services or live show building. It's like, what's the type of content that my ideal fan would want to see? And I feel like you do a lot of that. So I feel like maybe there's some, stuff like we talked about with separating it out on accounts that you could step into, but like you've kind of got that down. The other, and I'm kind of working backwards. The middle of the 3 core principles for me is that content should be value driven, not promotional. No one wants to be sold to. The content needs to educate, entertain, inspire, relate.
Yes. Tell me what you think about that for artists, because I'm sure you're just like me, and you get all these Instagram gurus who are like, make an educational post. And I'm like, that is so easy to do when you're, teaching someone how to make your Instagram good, or you're teaching music theory, or you're teaching blah, blah, blah. But if you are an artist that makes art to connect with people, how do you see that translate?
You mean the educate, like, inspire?
What's the value proposition, and how do you make it a value proposition versus me marketing? Yeah. So that's all three of these principles are tied to deeper core beliefs that I hold. And this middle one's about just, I have a background in the military. I was in the military for 10 years. And I think, the reason that I did that was and what I definitely learned in that space, I'm not going to say that I was just always thought this and but service is really important to me. And I believe life is about service and serving others. And I think what's tough about that is you start to worry about how you're going to provide for yourself and your family. And this is kind of tied to my faith, but just like trusting that I will be provided for. If I'm pursuing a calling that's been given to me, which I feel like is every artist has felt this calling. It's why you guys work so hard and put yourself through all the stuff that you put through. There's something there that you have to say. There's a mission that you've been given. I feel like that you're serving, And so I think it's you really have to trust that if you serve your fans, that will come around and you'll be provided for. Yeah. It's just kind of a step out in faith, to be honest, I think. Yeah. And not only do I feel like that is just an idea that I believe in, but I also just feel like that's what works best on social media. And the way that I try to describe it, I haven't found a perfect way to represent this yet, but a lot of times content feels like it's all about the artist, so it's very promotional. Or it's all about the fans, the artist doesn't really get anything out of it. I propose a third option where you're kind of meeting your fan in a shared space that is more about, it's about something that's bigger than yourself. It's about an idea that is bigger than yourself, and it's something that you guys are kind of stepping out in support of together. I think if you think of the best brands in the world, they represent something they're really trying to connect themselves to something that's bigger than themselves. And I think that when you're able to tie yourself to something like that and tie your brand to something like that, then fans will come to you and understand that, all right, you're a space for this, and I can, being associated with you is something that is really important even to my personal identity, because we both believe in this. Yes.
So that's why that's how I feel like value-centric content, value-driven content makes sense for an artist. It's tough because it's you really have to believe that I don't know, it's gonna pay off somehow, or you're gonna make it. It's really hard to have you seen that the visual that came to my mind, and I think this visual was representing that. But do you remember in Indiana Jones where they had to go to this chamber where all these cups were? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, I have. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And there's they had to step out and cross this chasm to get
with
there.
The traps, yeah.
Yeah, and he threw the rocks out. They had to step out in faith, and that something was going to catch them. Yes. I feel like that's what it kind of feels like sometimes. I did kind of a terrible job of explaining that. But
no, I feel like I really love the ethos of that as more the internal core of how to approach being an artist. And you get it, especially as we're both people who are married and have people we're taking care of, and also
Yes.
like want to provide for. So stepping into that faith when it isn't just affecting you is also so scary.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think the part that I want to be better about consistently unlocking in the things that I share is like, how do you come at your content like, what's the distinctive difference of coming at your content in that way versus not? Like, I feel like it's not quite concrete, because I'll see someone's video and be like, yeah, it's so markety, blah, blah, blah. But then I'll see another person's video and it'll really resonate with me. And I'm like, is it because that was markety, or is it because I don't resonate with that project and that identity?
I think it's more the latter.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I think that's what I find. I just feel like we both live in Nashville, and country music is king here, and at least for now. And what's happened over the last couple of decades in country music is country radio has really been the way that artists are able to like make it in this industry and as an artist. And what I resent about the culture that country radio has built is that, country radio, like, I don't know, their like strategy is to just be like as generically and broadly appealing to a mass audience as possible. Like, they have to, this song needs to serve, or it needs to be palatable, at least consumable by as many different people groups as possible. And I think when you try to write music to that, it just loses its like.
And I don't do that.
No, you do not do that. You don't do that.
But yes, I totally feel that. And there's a place for it, but
I said all that to say, like, I don't think your music should be for everyone. So
exactly.
If you're seeing someone's content and you're like they're really going for it and being really confident, and you're like, nah, that's not for me, then they're probably doing something right, actually. No,
I have this conversation all the time. One of my friends and I were like always like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I had the biggest crash out the other week because I saw someone just like, who, like, I like, their music is great. And they're like, confidently, I am the next big thing, and here is why. And I was like, why is this making me uncomfortable? It's like something within me that I feel like I would never say that. And like, it's also hard when we're constantly, every time we open the app, it's like, hey, you want to see someone else doing what you want to do?
Right.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
It opens up a lot of opportunities for growth.
Yes.
You're constantly, if you want to lose yourself in comparing yourself to others, man, there are so many opportunities for that.
I'm like, okay, I'm sure this happened to people when they didn't have phones, but I'm like, you'd have to go to the show and spend an hour and a half being angry that you're not on stage. Whereas instead I go, oh, wow, they sold out that venue, this person had this thing. 500 comparisons come up. And I'm happy for those people. I don't want to think about it. Put it away. Too much info. Anyway.
This brings me back to like that service of something that's bigger than yourself, because I feel like there's another piece of that really helps, I think, artists healthily approach the music industry, is like realizing that like when you are serving something bigger than yourself, it's not all up to you. Like, it's gonna take all of us, so if you see someone doing something similar than you, you're like, well, yeah, man, yes, and there's also space for me to serve this mission as well, and it's probably going to take me and my voice and the way that I approach it to serve whatever that is for whatever audience is going to gravitate towards me. Like, that's not, their approach isn't going to work for everybody. So I think it's like you when it's something bigger than yourself, like, not only is it not all up to you, but also like you don't need to do it all right now. Like, you don't you can. It's not going anywhere.
Thanks.
You can.
I needed to hear that.
I posted this, and I have a poster doing really well on the No Name page. It was literally just me saying, quote text, I'm too old for the music industry.
Yeah,
and then
it's the Louis Armstrong post. I saw it.
Oh, okay, you saw it. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
I mean, someone commented on that about the Louis Armstrong one in particular. He's like, well, he like done this and that, and I mean, totally, like, he was a legend before that, but when you look at his legacy, that really wasn't defined until he was 64 years old. Like, and every yes, no, right turn, left turn that led him to that moment was exactly what needed to happen for him to get to that place. Yeah. So I totally understand, because I feel this even myself as a business owner. Like, there's definitely not as many opportunities to like compare and get lost in that as you guys. Like, you go on a nap and just see tons of other artists. I go on, I see other businesses and whatever. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know what I'm going through right now that's preparing me for what's next.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I just hope that like artists can hear that and just be encouraged that like, I don't know, like, there were so many examples in that post of just artists that are like, can you imagine if they'd stopped?
Right.
Like, that would be such a bummer, man.
Yes. I feel like too, lately I've been trying to just come at this from more of a perspective. And my mom is the best, because when I call her to complain, because she's my rock, she's always like, you do realize you are actively living the life that childhood you wanted to live right now.
Yes.
Like, I tour with a band full of people that I love, and I get to play the shows that I want to play. I write cool music. I work with people I love. Yeah. So like, I do think getting away from the phone helps me focus on that. So like, in navigating social, it's just like, how do I do this, make it a tool that helps my career, but actively live in my life that is awesome, and come at it from like, what I'm doing is like, it is my dream. The only time I feel like it's not is when I start to go, but they have more, or to make this financially viable, I need it to be more, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I feel pretty passionately about, I mean, you're right. Like, it's like, I guess you could make one fan of like a billionaire and like just be set, you know, like you could make that one fan that, where is that fan? But I do think increasingly so. There's a really famous article that came out a while ago that was like called 1,000 Loyal Fans, and just gave the case for like, you could build a career off 1,000 loyal fans. And I think that like the future of the music industry is really stepping into like being that one of one, whoever you are, like just being the most specific version of yourself, and serving like a smaller group of loyal fans. And I think that I think when you approach it that way, and we're kind of talking in like broader industry terms, but like when you approach content that way, I mean, it actually pays off, because you're I don't know, you're easier to find. You've staked out you've scooped out a corner of the internet that's like you own, you know?
Yes.
And people can't find anywhere else.
Yes.
I think like, so we've talked about the two of the three core principles. The first one that I always start with, and I think the main one, and maybe what we can really even spend a lot of the rest of our time together talking about, is the importance of positioning your brand and considering your brand. And to me, a brand is a set of values or ideas that are specific to you, that you believe in. It's really like that concoction of values and ideas that represent something bigger than yourself. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you could like name that, you've provided me with, you filled out some branding prompts before you. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe you can think about that while I read out what you gave me.
Yeah. Like,
one of the things I asked was, what do you fundamentally believe in? You said the joy of art. You said, what are you fundamentally against? You said clout for clout's sake. What I took from that was that you believe in the integrity of creation of art. What am I going to change in the world? Being fun and weird, and in uniting fun and weird people over the weird things that we all relate to. I'll change this by writing music that captures weirdly normal parts of life and throwing super fun shows people can connect at. You said artsy people who like witty and stupid jokes will gravitate towards you. I mean, with that as context, like, what do you feel like what are the ideas or values that you feel like are important to you?
Man, I feel like I can very easily see brands that I align with and people and ideas that I align with.
Well, let's start with that.
Yeah.
You want to start with that?
Sure. Let's do it. So, like, a couple of people on the internet that I feel like, okay, if you like this, you'll probably like me as at least a human, but probably also as an artist. I don't know if you're familiar with Dropout TV.
No.
They do, like, it's all improv comedy shows. They're extremely educated people making the most smart, dumb jokes you've ever heard. That's my favorite kind of thing. Where you're like, oh yeah, that was it's so smart that you can be dumb. Bo Burnham. People who like Bo Burnham will probably like what I write.
Yes.
You know, it has that wit, but also reminds you, it's like going the full circle of like, I've been so existential and I know everything and now I want to be silly. That's my arc.
It's like one step removed from just like you've gotten so serious that you're about to step into just silly town.
Yes. Oh, have you seen the movie Booksmart?
No.
Oh my God, Kirk, get on it.
All right, I gotta watch that this weekend.
These two girls basically graduate high school. They took school so seriously. Oh my God, straight A's every AP class. Me, stupid. But they didn't get into their dream schools, and they're walking around the halls and seeing like, oh, this stoner kid got into Harvard, and this girl who's like totally like just like goes to parties but dresses super cool got into this school. Like, they're realizing that doing everything by the book and being like the best for being the best's sake doesn't mean anything. You have to do what you love because you love it and like have more of a meaning behind it. Oh, that movie, I was like, that's me. Yeah, that's me. And that's, I don't know, that's kind of my little bucket as recovering gifted kid. Yes.
Yeah. Well, tell me more about that. Like, it sounds like you were you pretty high strung in high school, or did you have any fun? I was the prior. I was high strung and no fun.
Yeah, I was fairly high strung. I feel like I broke my junior year and then ended up having a really fun senior year because I was like this.
It broke you?
It broke me. It really did. Yeah. But like, I think music is hard for me because naturally I'm a type A person. I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, and I want to know if I do A, I will get B. And life does not work like that. Like, it's like you're speaking about having faith and stepping out and believing. Yeah. Is like, I feel that and believe that so deeply, and yet it is the most difficult thing.
Oh man. Yeah.
Especially as someone who's like, oh, if school was relatively easy for you as a person, I feel like you're like, well, I just do the homework well and I get A's and I'm perfect and we'll get every job.
Yeah. And well, you know what's funny about what we've done? We've done is, I'm sure there are a lot of jobs that we if we had chosen to do those, we'd be very, very successful, and that are more that way.
That are more conversation. We would be like, it was so easy.
Yeah. But music is and it's one thing it's one reason I'm grateful to be in this. To have like, because I was in the military, man. That's very that way. That's very much that way. But stepping into this space, it's a lot more. You can't really pin it down. Success, at least, like it's hard to like. Man, it's hard to even like quantify sometimes because I feel like you write like the best song ever and like. It's like no one hears it, but like it still impacted like one life, like in like a
Yes.
And it's, you know, and then who knows what they did with that, you know? Anyways.
It's like seeing the most talented musician you know in Nashville play a gig for $50, and then you see someone who can't sing go viral the next day, and you go, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can make you a little mentally ill.
Just a little. Yeah, just a little. But yeah.
All right, so those are some examples, great examples. That makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. What do you, I mean, speak to some of the maybe specific, like, you know, if, you know your music best, like what are some of the through lines that I don't know, if you had an audience, that loyal group of 1,000 loyal fans, like what would you really want to be able to communicate to them?
That's a great question. For a while I had a very consistent through line of I sang a lot about body image issues, and specifically, I think men and women can relate to this concept, but as growing up and sometimes still, I feel like I want to be perceived for who I am and not how I look. I think a lot of people can relate to that. And so a lot of my music is kind of about like see past your perception of me and see me on the inside. I feel like that's a pretty consistent through line. Yeah. And then lately, that through line we were just talking about, I've written so many songs about I did all the things correct and it didn't work. Like, I have a song called, oh my gosh, Throw Myself at the Wall. That's basically like, you know, your job application was denied. We don't have any actual feedback on how you can be better, but try again next time, bud. And I've written that song about the music industry, about the job market. I have a song called Now Money, Later Money that's about how I don't think I'll have money in my Roth IRA because of how the world is going. Like, kind of speaking to that.
Are these, and I've heard a couple of these. Is there a tinge of humor to them?
Always. I like to laugh.
Yes. Well, that's what's interesting. One of the tools that I use to help position artists is brand archetypes. And you mentioned the Enneagram earlier. It's based on the same, it's the same work by Carl Jung, to kind of like help position brands and how audiences perceive those brands. Yeah. And one of the archetypes is jester, which is something that you took our quiz and came back with. I feel like what's interesting about jesters to me, that archetype, is a lot of times what they're talking about or they're singing about, like Bo Burnham, for instance, like the topics are very serious. like it's almost like so serious that we can't, it's hard to talk about them in a serious way. Like it would just be like too depressing.
Yes. It's the joke at the funeral. It's really that.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think is deep inside that is, I mean, I have an idea of what it is, but like, what do you think that, I don't know, is like that longing inside of you that you have to almost like joke about, that's the way you found to even like cope with it through your art? Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, this is probably like a weird, like going way too far back example, but like as a kid, and I still have this existential crisis. I mean, I have some faith. I'm like, you know, whatever. But like, I love my life and like the fun things about my life and the people I care about so much that the idea of dying scares me so bad. No matter what my spiritual belief has ever been. And I feel that way about all of the negative things that I experience in life. And so I feel like humor turns the inevitable difficult things that I know we have to face into a new moment of joy. So I like to give that to people where it's like, oh, he broke up with you. Can we laugh about it and make fun of X, Y, and Z? Like turning tragedy into something fun, because I think that connects people, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Create joy out of tragedy. Well, I feel like there could be some really viral, effective content that you could create around that idea. More so in the audience connection department. you know, one thing. So the first that was gesture was your second art type of your top three. First was creator. So just read something on the creator here. Creator has a vision and desire to create an enduring product or experience which realizes their vision. They're innovators, nonconformists. They realize a concept and push the boundaries of creativity and design. They want to empower others to think creatively and express themselves through the products they produce and the experiences they create. So it's like, I feel like one of the ways you want to do that is through your live show. It's just like creating these like really joyful live show experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do it. That's like, I feel like my visual storytelling of like how I dress, this is kind of plain for me. You know, I usually wear some crazy stuff.
You have some cool outfits.
Thank you. And then my shows, I put like a bunch of fun bits in them. Like it's good music, but then like we'll do the Taco Bell ding, or we'll do like I do a cover of Rip My Pants from SpongeBob. Like out of a very silly jazz song, I go into that, and it's always a hit because I want it to be fun. And I feel like my ethos has always been like, I like to dress fun and have fun, and I don't care what you think. Either you're into it and you like it, or go down the street to the people wearing beige khakis party. I don't care. They will welcome you.
What? Okay. What? So some other identifiers of the creator, their goal is innovation. Their brand message is to think different. Their traits are are innovation, originality, expression, vision. Like what? I feel like, do you have a desire to kind of like disrupt the live show space, or it sounds like you're really proud of your live show and what you do there, and what do you feel like is different about that?
I think, and I mean by no means like but my favorite live shows are where it's something you get from the artist that you couldn't possibly get other than being in person with them and seeing this show. And to me, I'm always storytelling. I try to like actually talk to the people that are there and like bring them into it. It's not like watch me dance. It's like we're having a moment and a bit together. I'm really inspired by like people in the DIY and emo community because I feel like they do that really, really well. But yeah, I don't know. I just like every time I perform live, the feedback is fairly palpable of like, oh, that was like, I really connected with that. And that feedback keeps me going.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if let me just show you this real quick. I was gonna share this with you. So, are you familiar with South Arcade? So, here's a.
Oh yeah, I've seen them before. They're so cool.
Yeah.
The She Can't Really Rap video. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, they do a couple different formats. They do a lot of like live show formats. But they even do like formats of them performing, like just rehearsing, really. Here's one of their like, here's a big video for them, 25 million here. So this is a 13-second video.
Yes, I've seen this. Yes.
There are a lot of jump cuts. And a lot of deliberate captioning. Yeah. I mean, are you performing enough to be able to get live content like this consistently?
Probably, yeah.
Do you feel like you could set up some cameras, 2 or 3 angles?
That, I don't know. Possibly. I've never tried that. I usually either hire a videographer or I have just my phone.
What'd you say?
I either hire someone to do like straight up handheld video or I set up my phone is usually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I feel like, well, I've watched a bunch of their videos that they do, that I see a lot of even comedians do, is they've obviously got the audio source. I don't know how they record the audio. I don't know if it's through the board or what, but it feels like either way, like a lot of what you maybe would want to capture is some of the in-between bits. Like they have like a wide angle with a GoPro. Maybe they may only have like 2 cameras, maybe like a GoPro wide angle and then a phone, or that's what you could do. And then just doing like these jump cuts, these wild jump cuts. Like I said earlier, like some of the most viral videos on the internet looked like they were filmed with a potato.
Yes.
As long as people kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch these videos, like you can see this one. So there's a wide angle.
Yeah.
This is a higher production video. Not a good example.
That's high quality.
Yeah. But some of the video like is like obviously shot on a
Phone.
real camera, and then some are it's just like a GoPro or a phone or something.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that's sick.
Yeah. I mean, part of it that's hard to replicate is they just have an incredible live show and they're on tour right now. So they're using these opportunities that they have really well. That being said, I mean, here's a video with great views, 250K, but right next to it 1.1 million just from a rehearsal, you know? Yeah, I wonder if that could be an option for you.
Yeah. I love that idea.
It could combine a lot of your interests, your buckets, as you said, as well. I feel like some like live show production, guitar playing, stuff like that. You said this earlier. I agreed as I was kind of looking at some of your content, like how you have an intro. Those videos do best. Like one. Here, well, I'm gonna share my screen again. So it's an intro clip, quote text, cut into like a visual, like a the visual supports the idea in the song.
Abe, I opened for Abe. Yeah, I opened for him opening for Judah and the Lion. That's so funny.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome. That's crazy.
Awesome. No what I love about this format, and I use it with a lot of different artists, is I think the idea here is like, I love using quote texts as intros.
Yeah.
It's kind of that, like, I feel like it sets people up in their their internal monologue when they're watching a video.
Yeah.
And then you can set up whatever clip you want.
Yes.
Really.
100%.
And I feel like this would be a great option for you, because you could really think of you look like you're doing better. I'm going and my soul's losing feeling. Like he's sitting on a swinging chair in the rain. I mean, it's just like, it's really visually appealing and like speaks to what the song is saying. You have a lot of footage like that, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah, how do you brainstorm your captions like that?
Well, I've got a whole database of content formats that are organized by, I can filter them by brand archetype, by the 3 principles that I referenced. So brand archetype, inherent value intention, I call it, and then by like what I call content buckets. So like I call them content pillars. I use the same 3 content pillars with every artist content strategy that I build: the music content, brand content, and audience connection content. Yeah. But I think having, whether you, whoever's watching this, used the database that I have, or you just compiled a list of formats that really like resonate with you as you're scrolling, and then ask yourself, like, what I normally do. So with this Abe, the headline is them me, blank, and then it cuts to me, blank. And a lot of my formats have blanks in them, and it's just, you follow the format of whatever this previously successful. It's a proven artist content format. You're just, you're letting it inspire you. You're stealing like an artist, and you're injecting your brand, the ideas and values that are important to you.
Yeah.
The ideas and values that are through lines in the song, or the ideas that come out of the song. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's great. These are kind of videos that I want to make more of. I always find myself being like, what do I say? Because I find the captions always feel cheesy, and I know it's normal. I know this is like the get over it like part of finding the text to put on there, but I'm always like, how do I end up writing too many words, or I write something where I'm like, like that feeling when I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Outside of working with someone,
yes.
What I try to encourage artists to do is try to find a proven just try to find a format that
has worked before,
and like don't try to overthink it.
I know.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I think one thing that especially maybe a creator archetype like you would find challenging is like, well, I don't want to just like copy this, or I want to come up with my own original idea. But you are. I mean, your creativity is the combination of a million different inspirations. Like you've created new out of everything that's inspired you, and I feel like content's the same way. I don't think copying it specifically is going to serve you long term.
Yeah.
But I think using like really look at how, all right, so he had that intro clip, even like how long was it? This worked well, so it worked well for a reason. Mm-hmm. The intro clip was 2.5 seconds. Mm-hmm. He used them and a quote text.
Yes.
It was around 5 or 6 words. I want to keep it to that.
Yeah.
And then he cut to a completely different visual that supports the idea of the song. Mm-hmm. And seeing some of the content that you've posted, like you have visuals like that are really like kind of eye-catching, or like you have this song about getting denied for the job and you're wearing like a big like clown tie, tie that's like way too large. Like you have visuals like this would support a format like this.
As you were pulling up that too, I was like, oh, I think I've done some of the things you're saying I have done, and some have done really well. Like I have a video I sent it to of my drummer where he stole the mic from me, and that got so many views. And I'm like, wow, okay, let's double down on this. Yeah,
there's obviously something about that. Yeah. One thing that that band that I showed you, I'm already blanking on their name, but the rock band that I just showed you, the live formats, they have posted the same type of video over and over and over again. And I think that can be challenging for artists too. Like one thing that I find a lot of times with artists is like, some of the most successful artists on social media, they're just able to, they either come with those presets, or they're able to turn off that part of the brain that's like makes them kind of like, like it's I think it's a really normal artist thing to be like, no, I'm going to create a completely different, like I'm not going to write to a formula, and content's just not that space for you guys. Why would you waste
the time doing that for like the way content exists today? I feel like that's just going to be too much of it. It's already a time suck, and that's how it becomes even more of a time suck. Because thinking about it too hard.
The only other thing that I had for you, and in talking with you, this even supports something like this, is like using block text or the headlines that you're using. Mm-hmm. Either make them really nostalgic, like this guy, me on the school bus in 2012 at 6:48 a.m. Like lean heavily into nostalgia. Yeah. Or lean heavily into like a current event. Like I think I would identify, if you were going to angle yourself with your content strategy at one specific value and inherent value intention, or in that value driven content pillar, like, or principle, it would be relatability. There's educate, entertain, relate, inspire. And I think that like your music is kind of like, you've mentioned this to me in your branding prompts, but being fun and weird and uniting fun and weird people over the weird things that we all relate to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you're looking for that moment where you're like, wow, there's no unique lived experience, or everything that we do, whatever that
yes.
viral comment is.
I have never had a unique experience in my life.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like, I think bringing people together under a banner of like, okay, like, it's okay that I'm a little weird. Like,
yes. Or that it's like, it's so weird, it's so normal, you know, like, it's just something people don't talk about. That's my favorite kind of song. Like, I've been trying to do that with my song Online Course and position it as like, everyone's like, don't write a jazz song about online courses and how like annoying it is that people try to sell them to you. That's too niche. And I'm like, too bad, I'm mad about it. And then people comment and they're like, oh my God, I hate when I get an ad for an online course. And I'm like, exactly. It's not for everyone, but the people who get it, get it.
Yeah. I mean, what stuck out to you today? What do you feel like you're carrying away?
I mean, mostly just keeping it more simple and speedy. Like, I feel like those 3 angles of content would be cool to pivot to, instead of being like, okay, let me reinvent the wheel every week with all the content like that I'm trying to capture. And more just don't sweat the formatting and the caption. Kind of let the little clip speak for itself.
Yeah. One thing I like that you said, like, you're continuously trying new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really what this is all about. I think it's about, I feel like a lot of artist content people like really oversell what we do. Like, most of it is just staying consistent and trying new stuff.
Yes.
The only tweak I feel like I would make, like, is maybe it's just like leaning heavier on proven formats, you know. Like yes. You know how to create this content. You can look at a video and you know how to recreate it. It's just you have I think what I mentioned earlier, this mission that's bigger than yourself. I think creating joy out of tragedy is something that's like the world needs more of. And I think you can step out confidently doing that. Like the world needs your voice in that. And I know that just being familiar with your music, that the ways that you're doing that are really like distinguishable. They're specific, like they're unique to you. And so, like, I think if you just say them, if you talk about those, it's gonna, stand out, because I don't know, you're definitely not writing you're not writing stuff that would go on country radio that's just super generic, and it's really awesome, fun music.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. This has been fun. Appreciate you spending some time with me today.
Yes, thank you.